Okay, let's get things underway. I'm going to go ahead and just blast us right over to the overlay. Hey, everyone. Spidey Librarian here. Let me go ahead and just give Spotify a good chunk of the rest of the stream off. And welcome to Classics Revisited. Today, we are going to be watching Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. We've made it through three of the first Star Trek movies, Motion Picture, Wrath of Khan, and Search for Spock. And now we're basically completing the story that was essentially started in Wrath of Khan. Because basically, 2, 3, and 4 kind of directly set up and continue off of one another. And a lot of Star Trek fans call this the Genesis Trilogy, and I think that's a pretty cool thing myself. So, anyways, that's what we're going to be watching today. Let me say hello to who is here. CG Anime Fan, how are you doing? I have no doubt this movie is going to hold up for me. I have always enjoyed this one. I got a lot of positive memories tied up in this movie. Um I don't know if it's the first Star Trek movie that I watched, but it's definitely the first I saw in theaters. I took my mother to see this movie. It was in theaters. I was probably like 8 or 9 maybe. And I remember wanting to use my allowance money to buy my mom's and my tickets to go see Star Trek for the Voyage Home, and I know she had a good time. So we talked a little bit about it when she was actually guesting on here for Wrath of Khan. So all right. So let's see. I think at this point we're gonna just go ahead and get started. I tried looking for like Star Trek games recently and couldn't find any. At least I couldn't find any that were on sale the way that you can for like Star Wars games. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping to find something to play this month, but you know what? We'll do it another Star Trek month because I'm pretty sure we're going to do this again. And I don't necessarily like, I'm pretty sure I can do like multiples of these a year if I want. I mean, we don't have to, but like I have that option. It's not like it's not like I have to adhere to any strict kind of medium or schedule or anything. But I'm still struggling to come up with a theme for December. I don't want anything too explicitly like holidays, but I also don't want it to not tie in at all, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I don't know. You guys let me know if there's any suggestions you have. I know that, for instance, Mesozoic would probably be like, watch Paleo Media, you know. Um, I don't know. I have others who might say watch more anime, which I'm not going to do. Um, I mean, if we do something semi-Christmassy, there are certain anime that I can watch around Christmas time. But I mean, as for Star Trek, like I could see myself doing a Star Trek month, like at least a few times, at least a couple times a year. So we'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, I think you can pretty much always count on September being a Star Trek theme month because that is the birth month of Star Trek. And so it just makes sense to do it that way. All right. Um, I guess at this point, let's get things underway. I haven't even opened up a window for the movie yet. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me log into Paramount Plus, who I'm really kind of annoyed at because uh, Paramount recently sold its soul to Skydance, and the top execs at Paramount got a huge payout for this merger. What it does is it consolidates the power of media into the hands of even fewer people, and I find that really annoying. But you know, they all I can do at this point is just complain about it. I I like Star Trek too much to abandon Paramount Plus, my Paramount Plus subscription. So, all right, let's see. We need Star Trek for the Voyage Home. Let me just put Voyage Home and see if that There it is. Oh my God. Pet Cemetery Bloodlines came up in that search too. Whoa. I don't think I've seen Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. Does anyone know if it's good? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't need you to start immediately. There we go. Okay. All right. I've got it queued up. So, okay. So, here's what we're gonna do. Let's see. This is about the right place for me to be in terms of framing. So there we go. All right, Voyage Home is the first Star Trek film that CG ever saw, and it was his introduction to the first era of Star Trek. Okay. Before Voyage Home, the only Star Trek things they had seen were some of the Q episodes of The Next Generation, which not bad actually. Not bad at all. Okay. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and start the sound test. You guys know how this goes. We put on your old headphones. We plug in the headphones, and then we mute the desktop audio so that way you won't hear things like you just heard that alert sound when I plugged in the headphones, because I'm a genius. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play like the first 30 seconds of the movie, make sure that I can hear things. Hopefully you guys can't. If you can, let me know. If you can't, let me know. Just give me a status. The cast and crew of Star Trek wish to dedicate this film to the men and women of the spaceship Challenger, whose courageous spirit shall live to the 23rd century and beyond. Ah, yeah. I forgot about that. Okay, we may need more than 30 seconds. I'm getting no sound. There we go. We're getting the Paramount introduction, and we're finally getting some sound. Okay, that's 30 seconds in. We're good. This movie is 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 49 seconds for any of you curious about how long this is going to take. This is going to be a 2-hour watch. So, all right. Okay. If no one has anything else to say, we're going to go ahead and get started. We've got the intro, and before I get to the intro, let me just put out the standard disclaimer. If you are here looking for audio and video from the feature in question, that's not going to happen during this live stream. That would be a copyright issue that I don't want to deal with, and that, frankly, you don't want me dealing with. The purpose of this live stream is twofold. We're going to be doing a watch party where, if you have access to it, I'll have the timer going. You'll be able to tell where I am in the movie, so you will be able to watch it along with me, and you'll be able to see my reactions to the movie. Since this is Classics Revisited, I've seen this movie before. I do reserve the right to stop the film and talk about specific scenes or what have you. I don't do it very often, but I do reserve the right to do that for these. The other purpose is that we will be making reaction film content off of this footage at some point. So just keep that in mind. If that is not what you're here for, please feel free to click away. I don't want to waste your time, and I certainly don't want the negative interaction that I tend to get from people sometimes about this kind of content. Whatever, just go somewhere else, dude. And so on and so forth. So if you're here for that, we're going to get started in just a moment. We're going to do an intro. We're going to do the viewing. We're going to do what I call the postmortem, where we review and react to what we've seen. And then we'll do an outro, and then we'll be done. And that is pretty much how this is going to go. So we're going to go ahead and get started in just a moment here. Let me just make sure everything is queued up. Okay, everything looks good. All right, so again, reaction video. We're going to do the intro, and we're going to start that right now. Hey everyone, Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to Classics Revisited, the live streaming show where I watch a classic movie that I've enjoyed before, that I watch on the channel and react to for the first time. On the channel, not for the first time. You know what I mean. Anyways, today's feature is going to be Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. And please remember that as Classics Revisited serves as both a watch party and a reaction, this will serve as both a watch party and reaction to the 1986 film Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. I have a lot of positive memories tied up with this film. I saw this film in theaters when it first released. I couldn't have been more than 8 at the time. And this kind of ties back to my mother. My mother has always been a huge Star Trek fan. She was watching it from the get-go, which I did not learn until just earlier this month. She had been watching it when it was originally broadcast, so she has been with the franchise forever. I, at 8 years old, heard that this movie was coming out, and basically, since our birthdays are very close together, I basically told her that I wanted to take her to see the movie in theaters. And so that's what we did. I used my allowance money to buy our tickets and everything. And she thought it was a very sweet gesture. And, you know, looking back on it, I'm really glad I did that. Star Trek 4 is basically known as kind of the whales movie. Like the whales are actually very pertinent to the plot in this one. But it's also what I would call a really good Star Trek fish out of water moment. It's when Kirk and the crew, the crew of the Enterprise, this competent, valiant, loyal crew, they go back in time to New York, or not New York, to San Francisco in the 1980s, and they have no idea what this planet is like back then. And so they are just trying to flail their way through common interactions and just trying to complete their mission with the kind of handicap that they can't let on too much about who they are. Although, you know, that rule does kind of get thrown to the wayside at a certain point. It's a very good movie. And again, I have a lot of positive memories tied up in it simply from taking my mother to the movies to see it when it was out, to Dr. McCoy's clever snarkiness with the doctors in the hospital, to Spock finally understanding what the term or what the question, how do you feel, means. Whole lot of good stuff tied up into this film, and I can't wait to watch it, which we are going to do in just a moment. If you enjoy these reactions, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, if you enjoy these reactions, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. Whether you like or dislike this movie, let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this film. And finally, you can... Wow. I was on a roll and then my brain just decided it didn't want to work right there. All right. And finally, you can watch the full and unedited live stream of this reaction on my YouTube channel. There is a master playlist of all movies that I've watched and reacted to, and I'm dividing them up into shorter playlists by genre. Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home would be in science fiction, adventure, comedy, and family, believe it or not, which is very different from its two predecessors. I would also put this in a tagged playlist for Star Trek movies as well. Whichever of those playlists you go looking for, remember they are on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. All right, and I think that's everything. So we're going to get started here in just a second. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and slip on ye old headphones, and we're going to start watching Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home in just a moment. Okay, let me go ahead and call up the script for the timer. I am going to go ahead and just sneak a couple of extra seconds onto the timer. So that way, there we go. All right. So that way, when I do the thing, we'll be able to all kind of be on the same page here. Okay. All right. So the way it works is when I throw out the thwip to start, what I'm going to do is when I do that, about a second later, I've got the cursor hovering over the play button. So I'm going to go thwip, and then I'm going to reach down. I'm going to hit play, and then probably about a second or two later, I'm going to make the timer go again. So things should hopefully be queued up properly. If not, I mean, you'll still have a pretty good idea of where I am. Okay? All right. Here we go, guys. Okay. All right, everyone. 1986's Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. Here we go. Okay. The cast and crew of Star Trek wish to dedicate this film to the men and women of the spaceship Challenger, whose courageous spirit shall live to the 23rd century and beyond. For those of you who don't know, the spaceship Challenger exploded in very public fashion as it was lifting off from Earth. I was in second grade when that happened. It was extremely sad, and a lot, I think like 7 or 8 astronauts, some of whom were civilians, lost their lives immediately. It was, yeah. So that's a very beautiful dedication that they're doing here. A Leonard Nimoy film. So we know what's happening here. Oh, oh, I like the way they beam the title in. It's a very, very like triumphant start. And this score. Bum, 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 ba bum. Bum, 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 da dum, ba da 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 ba da 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 da. God, I could hum this easily for the entire movie. So yeah, this like I mean you can tell like Wrath of Khan like the score is very kind of I would say subdued and serious. Search for Spock was like hopeful and maybe slightly brighter than Wrath of Khan in terms of its music, and then you have this one. This is just like this is just fun and almost whimsical, and like they were definitely setting a tone here. So I like this I like this musical or this score here. Do, 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 do. Yep. I don't know. Honestly, I have this complaint with the first movie about the extended score here. For this one, I don't. And maybe that's because I have a lot of good feelings tied up into this. Because all we're getting, like with motion picture, is just the credits rolling and then a space backdrop and that's it. But I also don't think this one um I don't know, it doesn't feel long to me. And it probably helps that I like the music. I guess we also have the benefit of this being, yeah, this is setting up the shot. So, right, the probe. All right. Captain of the starship just being like, yep, let's figure this out. Oh, they're in the neutral zone. Klingon or Romulan? I'm going to guess Klingon. All right, figure out what's going on with it. The the probe is basically kind of like I don't want to call it the Deus Ex Machina because it's not. It's like the big MacGuffin of the film, though. Klingons blow real good, apparently. Okay, and again, they're hitting us with the most traumatic footage from the previous film. Jesus, God. This Klingon ambassador is really good at being passionate and also smarmy at the same time. Yeah, I'm sure he went far in Klingon politics. Really, dude? And we have an outburst from the floor. I am so glad that they kept bringing Mark Leonard back to play Sarek. Such a good character and such a good actor. That look on his face, on the ambassador's face, when Sarek said, "You have the right to commit murder," was priceless. Yeah, he also knows what they've been up to for the last few months. That's outrageous. We are Klingons and we hate James T. Kirk. As long as he's alive, you're always going to be our enemy. Okay, whatever, dude. Go away. You shouldn't have sent Christopher Lloyd to try to kill him then. Right. The HMS bounty. So they were on Vulcan for 3 months, presumably to give Spock to get the opportunity to get his mind right. Etzma was acting up. Yeah, they were struggling with Klingon ever since they overtook this ship. Okay, Klingons are smelly. We get it. And there he is, the recently dead and recently resurrected Spock. As a kid, I had no real understanding of the purpose of this scene. To me, it was just Spock answering a bunch of questions really quickly. I didn't know much other than that. Other than why didn't he understand the question when it asked him how he feels? Now I get it. Basically, we're showing that his mind intellectually is fine, but he hasn't really kind of grappled with the fact that he has emotions and doesn't acknowledge them yet. So I like that. See? How do you feel? He's like, what? Huh? What? I don't understand how I feel. Mm, now, is that his mother from the original series? I know his mother appeared in the original series. Is that the same actress? I do it because I was there. A very logical answer, you know? I like what she says here about how illogical humans are and that illogicalness of them saved his life. They do indeed. Yes, we do. All right. Again, here comes the big MacGuffin of the movie. Ah, essentially, this thing is so powerful, its communications are hurting us. I think as I came to understand this movie more and more as I grew up, like my mind got blown as I kind of got the layers of understanding. I was like, why did they suddenly lose power? It's not like they got attacked. And now I'm like, oh, they lost power because this thing is just tremendously powerful. You got nothing, sweetie. I'm sorry, Captain. It's just not. Yeah, man, they're losing everything. It is just sucking the power out of them. Admiral Cartwright. Yep, how to do it. The Yorktown. Oh, okay. The Yorktown is one of the other starships that tried to talk to this thing. Boy, God, that's actually terrifying. Like this is not something you attempt to communicate with. You get the hell out of its way, you know? Okay, that's nice. Don't wish to be shot down on the way to our own funeral. Playing on food packs. Did they replace them with Vulcan food packs? I guess they would have had to, you know? Why is she staying behind? That's interesting to know. Ooh, it's a very nice thing of her to say, actually. And notice how she is shot basically from the shoulders up. My understanding is that in a previous script, it would have shown her to have been noticeably pregnant. And I don't think it's ever determined whether the father is actually supposed to be David or if it's supposed to be Spock. So I misplaced my uniform. He's very formal right now. Oh, he doesn't even answer the question. Okay, it'll come back to him. Dang, McCoy, why you gotta be so? Why you gotta be like that? All right, let's go do the thing. Let's go home and face the music. In the meantime, they come home to something of a little domestic problem. Wow. Oh yeah, now you decide to launch? Yeah, whatever. Everybody is living in the dark. Can you imagine people in those shuttles when they lose power? Again, that would be terrifying. Oh. See, I don't even know what it's doing to the atmosphere here, but this is just its transmission. Hey, what's up? Hello? Anybody there? Like that's as best I can tell, that's what it's trying to say, you know? That is damn peculiar as you may think. He's trying to have a conversation with him. It's a human expression, and Spock's not really understanding that right now. I'm trying to have a heart to heart with you, man. Huh? I don't doubt it. Yeah. Oh man, it is just doing its thing. Yep. Everywhere is losing power. Wow. If the temperature is dropping and there's almost universal cloud cover, God, I'm not even going to pretend to understand what's going on. Hmm. It's a really good point. And President's like, yeah, I don't wanna, but you're probably right. So this is like some superb timing on their part. What? Just the transmissions. No weapons, just the transmissions. It's like, oh God, I'm sitting down for this. Whoa. I mean, Earth is like the seat of the Federation, so that's an issue. That's a big issue. Just everyone is in shock. Oh boy. I love how they're sitting here just trying to parse this out. Yep. I mean, again, their transmissions, yeah, it's trying to communicate. Ooh. I, I love how calm and logical he is about all of this. Just yeah, it's directed at the oceans. This is a pretty cool trick on Uhura's part too. She did all that on a Klingon vessel too. Wow, I love that Spock, because of his Vulcan retraining, knows exactly what a humpback whale sounds like. You know, he's like, "Oh yeah, I know what this. Oh, I know this. I don't think we can respond to it." Whale song. Hey, you never know, McCoy. Yeah. Wow. So man hunted the whales to extinction, or these humpbacks. So they're gone. That is exactly what he said. Yes. Let's do the time warp. They are losing power quickly. They're just beside themselves trying to figure out how to survive this. McCoy's snark. McCoy. Yeah. What would you do, McCoy? All right. Put him through. Get him. It's like I figured out what's going on. I'm gonna try to save us. Why do they have to wipe off the screens? Is the roof leaking or something? I'm sorry, you're losing power at this point. And they are just okay. I get why they stuck those extra frames in there. All of it from memory. I love how he keeps burning McCoy without even really trying, you know? Indeed. Okay, here goes nothing. Faster they go. Oh, fly her apart then. Oh wait, sorry, that's Star Trek 6. It's a very calculated, like. So, are they? They're doing like a. They're doing like a chicken run at the sun and then like swerving away at the last minute. Is that what's going on? Everybody's like, wow. I love how like here with these kind of cloud images of the crew, we're getting bits of dialogue from them that occurs in the future. Like, in this movie, they occur later, but um, I don't know. It's a very trippy sequence that is basically saying, all right, they are traveling through time now. All of the symbology. Okay. And everyone seems to have passed out. Hey, we're not dead. Um, okay, I need reports. Let's do this. I'm up. I'm awake. Everyone is slowly recovering. Okay, there she is, and then not covered by 80% clouds. Judging by the pollution content of the atmosphere, we're in the late 20th century. And there we go. Ooh. There we go. The San Francisco treat. Oh man. These Klingon crystals, they just don't hold up? Although I think by the 24th century, they actually can recrystallize dilithium. Spock has just all the answers. Theoretically. So let's see. We need the energy photons from a nuclear reactor. We need whales. And oh, and we need a container for the whales. Oh joy. Oh yeah. You have no clue what you're walking into. Couldn't we just claim that it's some kind of like a genetic, like, I don't know, birth defect or a mutation or something? Or we could just, do the headband thing. There we go. McCoy's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. All right, that was an inspiring but very brief speech. Like, okay, let's do this. Let's do this and go. Oh man, we never got the answer to that question. I want to know what she said to that. Wow. I mean, when you got to park a starship, you're going to cause some well, there goes one garbage can. Good night. It's a good question. And that's one of those I'm getting the hell out of here moments. And these guys are like, "Yep, us too." I didn't see nothing. We're done here. I'm nope, we're going. These guys work for the city and they're just like, "Nope, we're not paid to deal with this." I don't blame them. Ha ha ha. Bam. And here we go. They're trying to make their way through San Francisco in 1986. Nearly gets hit by a taxi. What? Double dumbass on you. Oh, I love it. Yes, McCoy, we get it. It looked like a cadet review. Just right. Okay, so Kirk sells the antique glasses that McCoy gave him. And he's like, "Is that a lot?" No, it isn't. Not even back in the 80s. Like it's more than it would be now, but even back then, $100, it's only going to get you so far. He's just looking at it. Let's get on this bus. Let's get off this bus. I have no idea what exact change means. Well, I know what exact change means, but they don't. So I think it was once in the script here that Sulu would have met one of his ancestors in San Francisco during this movie. Like I think it was a little boy and everything too. Okay, so Chekhov, you have a pronounced Russian accent asking for nuclear vessels in the U.S. in the 80s. This is terrible for him. Appa's just sitting there watching them. I mean, good point. Oh, hey, it's in Alameda. I've never been to Alameda. Oh, the scene, the punk rocker, and the music. Dick. Get an ovation for it. Dude is passed out. More colorful metaphors. I'm not familiar with either of those authors, so The Giants? Was that sarcasm? And there's Miss Catherine Hicks. This entire tour group thing is pretty funny. At least it gets funny when Spock does his thing. So, God, that is a scene of carnage right there. Yikes. You can tell she's holding a lot of emotion back here. She's very clearly like passionate about it because man, she doesn't back down from anything. She shut Spock down real quick. Oh, 45,000 pounds. That's over 20 tons. It's never quite that simple, though, is it? Oh, 2 tons? Damn. Oh. She's like, I don't want them to go, but we have to let them go. Notice how Spock is not with them anymore. The look on Kirk's face right there is priceless. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, are you mind melding with a whale? What? The old lady points it out perfectly. He just took off his robe and jumped in, no problem. Ooh. I mean, that's a good point, but like this is not the time to make it. Spock and the swearing. The hell they did. And they're walking back. I don't mean lie. Yeah. He did exaggerate during Wrath of Khan. Of course, yeah. So is that a yes or a no? You know? And then there's this guy. No, no, you're not. Bob. See, why did he why did he have to say that? That's just dumb. Yeah. I guess they were trying to make him semi-dislikable, which I guess is a decent way to do it, but still it felt kind of tacked on there. Ooh, hey, they found the nuclear vessels. My understanding is that the Enterprise wasn't actually in San Francisco Bay for the filming of this. So it's not actually the Enterprise, but they used the name. So they will beam in, collect the photons, and beam out. Oh God, really? Oh. Oh, well, playing cards help. Okay, at least he's like, yeah, I don't know. LDS. I mean, all right, if you're insisting that we get in and let you give us a ride, sure. And in goes Spock first. Okay. The one that she was yelling at. Okay. We're not going to try anything. We're just going to hang. Memory problems. Macho thing. I mean, okay, I get it, but yep, basically they will be. Dang. Sure. Military. That was not. He mind melded with her, but you know. See, she's not stupid. Spock. Jesus. And so do you. She is just like, these two are so freaking weird. Plexiglass. Very nice. Professor Scott. Nice, McCoy. Very nice. Scotty's really good at just playing along. As yeah, Scotty just like yeah, like Scotty, I gotta give him credit. McCoy tells him the setup and he just goes with it, you know? Dude's probably like, no one ever asked me about flying. Sure, let's talk, you know? The miracle worker. Still, polymers must be cutting edge back in the 80s. Wow. I noticed. Hmm. Let me show you something. I have no idea what a mouse is. How quaint. Love that response. And he's just like zipping through everything. Let me show you some equations and calculations here. You'll probably be interested in this. And Dr. Nichols is just like, whoa, whoa, what is he doing? If you can get that to work, yeah. No, no, no. No, no, I'm interested. Okay, I wonder what that was about. Is that like, is he having an affair? Is that his mistress? Love this discussion that they have right here. Why? Yeah, uh-huh. Kind of a flimsy excuse, but it's also funny, you know. It's like, well, actually, we don't know who invented it. Okay, yeah, sure, why not him? Don't think it quite works like that. Spock. Yeah, Gracie would know, right? She's like, this. She's like, this is crazy. This is just nuts. Just beams in right behind them. Really? That quickly, huh? Okay, flippin' pizzas. Really? You guys have only just met. That's how much he trusts her. And they're on a date. Kirk is making with the ladies. But he is mission focused here, you know? I mean, it's written on your face, sweetie. Wow. Wow. It's like, I get why they do it. It's also kind of creepy. Excuse me. Mm. All right. Sucker for hard luck cases indeed. Is he not used to beer? He had a very specific look at it. as of a time. She's trying not to cry right here. She's like getting emotional and I don't want to. Answer the damn communicator, Kirk. No phone can do that in the 80s, okay? This is way before cell phones. That was a good response, actually. Oh boy. The truth. Okay. All right. Here's the truth. He's like, I better take a drink. Here we go. Says it all. Takes another drink. Let's talk. Tomorrow at noon. He's like, we gotta go. She's like, fine, I'll pay. All right, the uranium problem. Oh boy. So I guess they've already been beamed in? And that must be the nuclear reactor right there. All right. Okay, attach your thingy, grab the photons, and get the hell out of there. Okay, but you can't get an estimate? Admiral. Fish story. Mmm. Nice counterpoint. It's making one last stab. Yeah, I'll be here in the park. He is holding that pizza box all wrong. I think they each ordered a pizza, so I guess he gets to keep one of them, but still. She's like, what was that strange light? What? 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 And then he's just gone. It's like, lady, come on. Think about it. Uh oh. Uh oh. Dang, you lambasted him there. He got him to the point where McCoy and Scotty stopped working on their tank. A power drain. Uh oh. Uh oh. They're about to get discovered. I guess inside, yeah, they're just they're too well shielded. I don't know. Wow. They figured it out. You guys got to go. Eh, okay. Here we go. All right. Uhura's away. Now Chekhov. I mean, I guess they're losing power on the ship too, which would also play into the complication, but Scotty, now would be a good time. Oh man. Don't you hate it when you're collecting high energy photons from a naval based nuclear reactor and then, you know, your transmission breaks up and they can't beam you back? I mean, you know, he's a commander at this point. Okay. If he was a lieutenant commander in Wrath of Khan, did he get promoted between then and now? Ooh, okay. This guy's like, what the heck? No, no. He's playing dumb. Give us the ray gun. I like how the guy was just like, "Go ahead, stun me." Like I feel like he was like, "No, no, no, seriously, I want to see you do this. I want to see what'll happen." Stupid radiation. And now Chekhov is being hunted by the U.S. Navy or the U.S. military. I don't know. Hit the deck. Oh, well, he can't go that way. Oh, and oh, that was a nasty fall that he took. Well, he probably took a head injury from that. No, no, no. You did what you had to. Nice sentiment, but yeah. I'll try. I mean, Spock just got himself raked over the coals for not having enough feelings. So yeah, I get it. James Kirk is a man of deep feelings. Okay, so this was a dick move on Bob's part here. Like, really? I gotta go. Mm-mm. All right, and there we go. There are Bob's two scenes right there. Goodbye, Bob. Ends with a slap to his face. Oh, that's despair. With just the slightest bit of hope as she remembers the weird admiral that she's had pizza with, or that she ordered pizza. I hope Sulu, like, I don't know, got like a temporary license or something, or, like temporary leave to pilot that thing. Because it doesn't say whether he was actually like legit piloting it or if he like stole it. I'd kind of like to know one way or the other. And here she is in the Kirk or in the park yelling for Admiral Kirk. I love this part right here. She's like, "What the hell? What am I even looking at?" Well, strange stuff. I may as well go towards it. And she just runs right into, well, nothing. Scotty, uh-oh. Okay, I'm guessing McCoy had better get out of there. I love how Kirk's solution to this is, you know, we're just gonna beam her in. Why the hell not? I can only imagine what that must have felt like if you've never been transported in before. Oh yeah. Everything he's been telling you is actually true. Yikes. That's a problem. Yep. Yep. Hi. Uh, eyebrows, ears, what's that about? You know? Ooh. Emergency surgery. Oh, man. You can hear the guilt in her voice even as she says that. McCoy's like, yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. I don't know how she got those scrubs, but whatever, you know. This entire scene is gold. This scene right here is excellent. McCoy's like, well, what's wrong with you? It's like dialysis? They're doing dialysis back here? It's like kidney dialysis. I can handle that. No problem. Here's a pill, lady. Take it. Okay. And now their covers her up very nicely. McCoy snarking on the doctors. He's just having a bad day. Don't worry about him, fellas. And then this scene right here, perfect, perfect improv. Oh, it's like she has cramps. That's all I said she had. Just goes right to Chekhov and starts hovering devices over his head. He's just like, you guys are using terrible tools. Let me do my thing. Kirk's like, nope, you guys need to go away. Is that a supply closet? And we're going to melt the lock, you know, like you do. Yep. Yes, he did. Oh my gosh. And Jillian is just like, here's your tool. Figure it out. That was ridiculously quick. Mhm. Admiral. One little mistake. And the chase is on. I would thought they would have like tried to, start moving a little bit faster before that, but whatever. And the music, just very uplifting. Bum ba bum 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 ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 bum. And there's the doctor gave me a pill and I grew a new and the doctors around her are just incredulous, like it's fully functional. She's fine. I love that scene. It's got a great payoff and it's just very quick. And the doctor gave me a pill and I grew a new kidney. I love that. She's like, you can't show me this and then not take me with you. I'm going with you. Oh, 401 megahertz. Okay, we can do that. And she's like, nope, you're not leaving without me. She's like, I'm coming with you, whether you want me to or not. One damn minute, Admiral. Love that response. She's like, she's like, I'm coming with you, whether you want me to or not. 'It's like in this multiverse, Dr. Gillian Taylor's featured on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. One day she was just gone, you know? 'Plot twist: Dr. Taylor's never even been on a plane before. 12 minutes from San Francisco to the Bering Sea. I would imagine that would take a lot of power. And they're still cloaked, too. Excuse me. Okay. Naturally, of course. Mhm. I mean, like, what else are you going to do, though, you know? Okay. It's like, I guess I'll try. Don't see what choice I have. Guess I'll make that guess. You're not asking how they can get to the Bering Sea in 12 minutes. You're ask, whatever. A lot going on. I get it. So like as soon as they get released, they're getting hunted. I don't think so. All right. Poachers or whatever you want to call them. Whalers, I guess. I remember how this turns out and it's actually pretty funny. Like this is probably the darkest moment in the entire movie. I mean either that or the video of the whales getting cut open from earlier. But really I feel like it's this one cuz you got, the whales that you've come to care about in danger. So intense. And then this was brilliant. This was brilliant. And now we're just gonna put our little ship right in between the whalers and the whales. What? And then you're looking up at a Klingon bird of prey. Like we're getting out of here. We're gone. We're out. Nope. We're done. We're done. We're moving. It's like we gotta go. We're out of here. Nope. 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 I don't know what this is. I'm not gonna wait to get beamed up. We're going. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be a big transport. Like it's gonna be lots of whales and lots of water. And I hope this thing has been installed correctly too. Look at how happy he looks. All right, let's get the hell away from this planet and then go back to this planet. You? Spock is very confused by Kirk's response. Like, huh? Yes, that is definitely a compliment. Hmm. Oh, good man. Oh, okay. I never got that reference. Yes, from the miracle worker himself. Yeah, she makes a decent point. There's still the whole like plucking her out of her time period, you know? Bumpy bumpy. Okay. They should have plenty of power to at least break out of Earth's gravity. And there we go. Thruster control. And did we make it back? Are we dead? I assume since you're all yeah, since you're all alive, I assume you're fine. When the hell are we? Oh, they must have flown right into the path of the probe. Yeah. They must have went right back to Earth. And here we go. Back to this scene. And I love that Sarek just happened to see them. Yeah. They're going to fly right into it, aren't they? I think that was what I thought when I first saw this scene. I was like, they're going to fly right into the bridge, aren't they? Not quite. Hmm. Okay, as far as a water crash landing goes, that was pretty good. All right, everybody get out of here. Yep. Now you got to go and make sure that Scotty, Jillian, and the whales are okay. I mean, fortunately, this is a small ship, so getting around isn't that difficult. But yeah, like, you're going to be underwater with plenty of other water to deal with. Doors blown. Klingon doors. You got to do what you got to do, right? Getting out of the ship while it's falling into the water. I've got to maneuver underwater and find the hatch and do things that way. Okay. Come on, pull it. Like these things were designed for fearsome Klingons, not puny humans. Okay, never mind. He got it open. And now you gotta swim out of here. I like how he comes up right beside everyone else. Ugh. There they are. Yay! They made it. They got out. Woot! Ooh. Well, okay, Kirk, chill. They just got here. They just got here. They're just like, hey, let's figure out when the hell we are first. Okay, yes, we're here. Um, no need to destroy the planet. You guys are good. It's like, where the hell have you been? There we go. There's it asking, where the hell have you been? Oh, we've been extinct for a little while, but we're back, and I'm pretty sure they've learned from their mistakes. They're not going to hunt us anymore. Oh, well, that's weird, but okay. You know, you're cool with it? Yeah, we're cool with it. Okay. I guess we're cool. I guess we're gonna go. And then it just we're just gonna putter on away. And there really is no further canon explanation as to what the probe is or where it comes from or anything like that. It's just kind of one of those little mysteries of Star Trek that I don't think have ever been solved. And I guess they know that everything is because the clouds are dissipating. It's like, okay, yeah, all right, we're gonna head out. Sorry to steal your power, guys, but we really had to talk to our people. So, you know, thanks and sorry. Thanks for all the fish. They're just like, yay, a whole planet to play on that we won't be hunted on, you know? And Kirk is just pulling people into the water. No, Spock, no, 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 you're coming with, you're coming with, you're coming with. Yay. Nope, nope, you're coming in with me. It's a friendship swimming party, you know? And as the whales head off, here comes a shuttle from Starfleet to pick them up. Dun 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 dun. Trial time. Oh boy. Time to face the music. I love how Spock is like, "Yep, I'm going to get up and just stand with them." Loyalty. Yep, I remember that. Okay, that's 3. You know that Scotty was like, "Yes, I did that." So, that's just 6 charges. I thought he was charged with 9 violations. It's like he did do all of that because of certain mitigating circumstances. And he is just so happy. About as good an outcome as you could expect from those kinds of charges, but you know, like if the probe had never come, they probably would have gotten a much harsher sentence, but I don't know, maybe not. Like they did bring Spock back from the dead, quite literally. That is true. Yo. I mean, he did help her save her whales, and she was obviously very attached to them, so. But I don't know that they ever became a thing. So I don't think they did. I love those two lines, or that line. It is no effort. You are my son. And of course, he at least understands his emotions now, even if he doesn't like use them a lot. And there we go. They saved the day. They were exonerated. What more could be left? You'll get a freighter. Scotty's like, yeah, why would you want Excelsior? Thy will be done. They swing by Excelsior. It's like, okay, are we getting Excelsior? No, we're going past it. And look what lies just beyond. A Constitution class starship, rechristened the Enterprise 1701A. That was a very nice move by the Federation Council. They're like, you saved this planet, we're going to give you back the Enterprise, even if it's not technically your old Enterprise, you know. And there we go. I love how it tries to pull me out of the credits every single time. Okay, we've got about 3.5 minutes of credits left, but pretty much, pretty much knew I was going to enjoy rewatching this one. It's been a little while since I've seen it, but this one always holds up, you know. I'm pretty sure that a lot of the actors who are playing parts that were previously seen in the original series, like a lot of those actors came back for those characters. Like I'm pretty sure that the actress playing Spock's mom at the beginning of the movie, I want to say that that was the same actress from the original series. So Mark Leonard as Sarek is obviously from the original series, but I think we briefly saw Majel Barrett Roddenberry. I think she was there as Commander Chapel, and Grace Lee Whitney as Rand also showed up. So, yeah, I don't know, a lot of good stuff there. I do like the way that they have included both stills and video scenes from the film in the background of the credits. That's very very nice. it's a good way for the audience to stay engaged while the credits are rolling and be like, "Oh yeah, that part was great. I love that." It's very well done. Do, do, do. Yeah. No, this is a very good way to keep people, especially in theaters at the time, keeping people's butts in the seats while the entirety of the movie goes. Like a lot of people will just get up and leave during the credits. Um, I've been trained by Marvel movies to stay for as long as possible, but even if a movie doesn't have a post-credit scene, unless I've got to go to the restroom or something, it's like, yeah, why not just sit for a few extra minutes? Like at that point, I don't have to deal with anyone else trying to get out at the same time as I am and stuff like that. Just kick back, relax, watch the screen. All right. Okay, we've got less than a minute of credits left. Do 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 Bra, da 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 ba, da 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 da. Ooh. Nice. They're ending with a lead off of the Enterprise. Yeah, going to war. That was a sweet move. That was a sweet move. All right. And now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. And of course, I don't have the script out, so let me go ahead and just stop. There we go. Minute 58:53. I think it's a minute and 58:49 or something, so that's not bad. Okay. Is I'm sorry, I'm looking at Tulsa King right now because like that's what is on my Paramount Plus. And is season 3 out yet? Season 3 is out. Okay. All right. I'm going to be watching Tulsa King tonight, so feel free to tune in for that. It's if you haven't seen Tulsa King, it's on Paramount Plus. It's basically a crime show. It's Sylvester Stallone starring as a an ex, well, not an ex. He's a mafia guy from New York, and they send him out to Oklahoma to do his own thing, and he builds an empire, and it's actually quite amusing. It's a fun show. I'm generally not into crime shows, but I'd probably give it a. I mean, like Tulsa King was the very first thing I ever did a watch party with, and so I feel like I kind of owe it to kind of keep it going. So, anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the movie. All right. Okay. All right. So, sorry. There we go. All right. Um, I mean, what can I say? This is a fun movie, and it always has been. From the uplifting music to the kind of character moments that you get from the crew. I like Dr. Gillian Taylor's introduction. She was really good. I really wish we could have seen more of Catherine Hicks in the Star Trek universe, but um, she only appeared for this movie. I don't think she's ever appeared in anything else. But she was a warm and kind of welcome presence on the like in the story at least. But basically, this is a this is the end to basically the trilogy that starts with Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. And again, most Star Trek fans that I know of they basically call this the Genesis Trilogy. I guess it's because Genesis gets mentioned in every movie. Like I'm pretty sure that when the Klingon guy is yelling at the Federation Council, I think he mentions the Genesis weapon. I don't know. But the Genesis weapon is the cause of all of this, so it makes perfect sense for that to work. But yeah, the mood in this one is considerably lighter than in the previous movies, and I definitely understand why people think that this is one of the better Star Trek movies out there. It is, it's a lot more palatable for families. There is there's one or two like kind of sort of dark parts, but like there are some pretty dark parts in Wrath of Khan. There are some fairly dark parts in um Search for Spock. I mean, you've got people getting killed in both of those movies. I don't think that actually really happens here, at least not in um, any kind of really graphic sense. So I definitely think that them calling this a family movie, I mean, it's a bit of a stretch. I don't know how much kids are actually going to like this movie, especially if they're not already into Star Trek. But I mean, I can understand there are a lot more comedic elements in this story, and it just, I don't know, it's just a fun watch. Um, we get to see Spock, trying to utilize his emotions or at least understand that they exist, and Spock cursing after Kirk told him about, hey, you need to, people, nobody pays any attention to you if you don't swear every other word. I was like, and then Spock just keeps trying, the hell they did. They are not the hell your whales. Like, all that stuff was really funny and definitely helped with the action of the film. I feel like the story is very well paced. We definitely have things going on for every member of the crew to do. We had the three teams, we had the power issues, we had the entire whales storyline and subplot. And I know some people will go and crow about how this is an environmental Star Trek episode and it shouldn't be like that. Star Trek has been about this kind of stuff pretty much from its inception, so I don't really understand why, um like, because there is at least, I would say, a subtly environmentalist message in this movie, which is, don't kill off, don't kill off all the species on your planet, because you never know, they might be useful to you later in the future. In this case, the humpback whales. But I like that. I think it's a fairly subtle message. It's kind of like the backdrop for it. It does drive the plot, but it's a very subsumed message. And I really like the finding at the end that, basically because they saved the planet and because, they were doing this to bring their dead friend back to life. The crew of the Enterprise is basically like, yeah, no, we're dismissing the charges. And, oh, Kirk, right. Uh, we know you're not happy as an admiral, so we're just gonna make you a captain. We're gonna give you a starship. We're gonna let you do the thing that you do, and it worked. It worked out very well, and I always appreciate that ending. It's like all the Wrath of Khan stuff. Like, things were pretty grim in those movies. Search for Spock, and then now here it's like everything is going to be okay. It may be a bit of a Hollywood ending, I will acknowledge that, but these guys did literally save the planet in this one. So I think that it's fine. As for a letterbox rating, let's see. I mean, for me, Wrath of Khan is probably the pinnacle of Star Trek movies. I don't know. Do I have any real issues with it? Not particularly. No. So Wrath of Khan, at least for now, I'm going to say Wrath of Khan probably gets a 5. I would say that Search for Spock probably gets about a 3.5. It's still good. It's still good, and definitely one of the better odd numbered Trek films to be certain. And then there's this one. I'd give this one 4. I would give this one a solid 4 stars, simply because I was very highly entertained by this one. Whereas Wrath of Khan really just kind of like cuts you through the heart. Uh, this one basically, sets your heart aflutter in a lot of ways. And I would say it's not the most consequential movie ever made, but it definitely does carry some fairly high stakes and everything. And you know, and again, the entire mood of this movie is just fun. So I would say this one gets 4 stars, pretty solid. So um but yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I definitely enjoyed the rewatch of it, and hopefully you did as well. Thank you for watching this reaction. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, consider sharing this out with your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. In this case, right? This hand? There we go. In this case, Star Trek fans. Let me see. What'd you think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a discussion with you about this film. You can find the full and unedited live stream of this reaction on my YouTube channel. There is a master playlist of all movies that I've watched and reacted to, and I'm dividing them into shorter playlists, usually by genre. Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home can be found in science fiction, comedy, family, and adventure genre playlists. And I would definitely create a tagged playlist for just Star Trek films, which this one would definitely be on. So whichever of those playlists you go looking for, you can find them on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. All right. And finally, channel memberships are now live on the Spidey Librarian YouTube channel. Check out the membership tiers and see which benefits you'd like access to. Perks include shoutouts, members-only videos, members-only live streams, and early access to selected uploaded content, as well as a couple of other benefits. And that's not even mentioning my custom emotes and badges, which I think look pretty good. Check out the membership tiers today. Check out the membership tiers and see which perks you'd like access to today. All right, and I think that's everything. So thanks again for watching. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Okay, all right, CG, let me see what you've been saying, my friend. Okay, Voyage Home is the first Star Trek film you ever saw and was your... Okay, yeah, I think I read that one. Let's see. Leonard Nimoy was a very good director in addition to being a really good actor. Yes. I definitely agree. I didn't know what to expect from the Voyage Home because of the limited Star Trek knowledge. Thankfully, I ended up liking the film. And it got you to like a good chunk of the rest of Star Trek as well. Let's see. You think that Sarek later went on to appear in The Next Generation? Yes, he appears in, I think, at least 2 episodes. I think it's like one where he has the mind meld with Captain Picard, and then I think after that, like, I think it's in the 2-parter that Leonard Nimoy shows up in, and I think it's later reported during that episode, or maybe the one after, that he passed away. So, the character, not the actor. Although I think Mark Leonard has passed away. All right. Let's see. To CG, The Voyage Home felt upbeat and fun, which helped them like the film. That's fair. In addition to being the end of a trilogy, CG thinks that The Voyage Home is the last good Star Trek film for a while. I think that it wasn't until Generations that things got back to good. Oh, I definitely disagree with you there. I would say that after Wrath of Khan, The Undiscovered Country is the second best Star Trek film, possibly tying it with First Contact. Generations isn't bad, but it's not exactly great either. It has the gimmick of having Kirk and Picard meet, which I think is really cool, but I think it suffers narratively from a lot of inconsistencies. So, but, you know, again, we all have different opinions, and that's fine. So, Let's see. In CG's opinion, Wrath of Khan is the strongest of the first six films. When it comes to the second best, it's hard for him to choose between Search for Spock and Voyage Home. Okay, that's fair. Let's see. He thinks that Search for Spock has the better emotional stuff, while Voyage Home has the better comedy. And you would be correct. I would agree with you on those points. Let's see. He thinks that Search for Spock benefits from having Christopher Lloyd play the villain. If Christopher Lloyd wasn't in Search for Spock, and it would have been easy for him to put Voyage Home above. I mean, that's fair. You know, when you have an actor you love, and you get to see them perform, like it makes a certain amount of sense, you know? So, all right. I hope that I still like the film. Oh yeah, no. This one again, I would say that this one is a solid let's see. This one is a solid 4. This one is a solid 4 for me. I actually haven't seen any of the big Sylvester Stallone stuff, haven't seen Rocky or Rambo, but hopes that I have fun watching Tulsa King later. Tulsa King is fun, and I think a lot of it does come from me having watched a lot of Sylvester Stallone films when I was a kid. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend Rocky and probably Rocky 2. Um, and if you like the movies, like feel free to continue on. I think that I think that I think that that franchise is pretty good. But the first one is probably, like, at least for me, the first one is probably the best because it's a really good underdog tale. So, um, let's see. Voyage Home is a 3.5 stars out of 5. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. For me, it's a 4. This one is a 4. And then, someday I'll have to do a tier list of all the Star Trek movies, but I think I'm going to hold off on that until I've seen all of them. Which, I mean, this one, let's see, we watched the first 4 that were released. I'm going to watch First Contact on Tuesday. And then I mean, I've also seen Section 31. So that's going to make like 6 Star Trek films this year alone. And there's no guarantee that I won't watch more of them before this year is up. So we'll see. Like, I do kind of feel like maybe at some point I should watch the Chris Pine movies, but I just haven't gotten around to that. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to get going. Thank you guys for being here with me, CG, especially you. I always appreciate your insights during these watch parties. Have a good one. I'm going to start thinking about dinner for the household, and then I may or may not stream some video game play between now and Tulsa King. We'll see. And if we do, I'm not sure what. Like, I kind of want to do more Arkham Asylum, but it's getting a bit obsessive, and I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to head off. Thanks again for being here, guys. Take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.